Algeria bars France from wheat tender as tension escalates with Paris. Now, what are the reasons? What did these Algerian officials have done? And all those is what is we going to reveal in this presentation. Now, look at this article. Algeria bars France from wheat supply tender for the first time historically, because Algeria is very much dependent of wheat import from from France. Now, what happened is Algeria has barred French companies from participating in a wheat import tender. Also, the decision is due to renewed diplomatic tensions between Algiers and Paris. Algeria has long relied on France as its primary wheat supplier. So now what happened? That's exactly what we are going to focus in this video. Now, Algeria has barred French companies from participating in a wheat import tender this week and stipulated that firms submitting bids must offer of which must not offer of wheat of a French origin. So it's not that only France, but even a non-France participants, non-France tender participants or bidders should be not of an origin of French company. So this is according to the trading source in Algeria. Now, this decision appears to stem from a renewed diplomatic tensions between Algiers and Paris. Why? Because the movies, it's a reminiscent of a dispute which started 3 years ago that saw France excluded from Algeria's wheat tenders for several months. Now, Algeria is one of the largest wheat buyers. Actually, it is the second largest of wheat buyer in Africa, second to Egypt. And France was a primary supplier. This comes now in the wake of France's recent decision, that is in July, to support a plan placing Western Sahara under Moroccan sovereignty. This is what strained the relation between Algiers and Paris. Now, why? Because Algiers or Algeria supports that the Western Sahara should be independent. It supports, look, it should be independent, that there should be a sovereign country. And Western Sahara, it's almost actually recognized by the African Union, but still not something that it's almost, I said, please do not quote me for that, because they have their presence in the African Union. But Morocco is against it. And Morocco, if you know, some time back, it withdrew itself from the African Union in the aim of including itself to be part of the European Union, seeing it's, considering its proximity to Europe, and but that did not work. So it has to come back to the African Union. Now, this is really a long thing that has been going on. Now, this Sahrawi independence is backed by called Polisario Front. The Polisario Front, it's a military organization, and it has been, supporting for the Arab Sahrawi to be in Western Sahara, or the people are called Arab Sahrawi, to be independent and so to be a sovereign country by itself. Now let's continue with regards to the wheat, and I will come back to that. Now, in response, Algeria has excluded French origin wheat from its latest tender, and the state grain agencies, the Algerian Interprofessional Office of Cereals, held a regular tender with traders estimating that over 500,000 metric tons of grain were purchased. In the wake of this, who is replacing, if you're asking who is replacing France, is not because France has been a major supplier. It will be Russia. Russia is the one who is supplying wheat now to Algeria. Now, while this firm, this institution in France, in Algeria, provided no formal explanation, the decision is widely believed to be a reflection of deteriorating diplomatic ties between Algiers and Paris, and notably regarding the Western Sahara issue. Although French wheat must unlikely to secure business due to its poor harvest and higher prices compared to Russian wheat, Algeria's current main supplier is Russia, and the move signals a broader exclusion, preventing French firms from offering other wheat origins. Now, this raises, of course, a concern about how long this ban on French wheat might continue. So just to give you a context, Algeria imports about 8.7 million tons of wheat, and it has been just keep on projecting. And Russia has a better price, and if it can supply, in June alone, actually Russia supplied to Algeria more than 2.5 million of tons of wheat. So it looks like Russia is capable of what is required, the total amount of wheat import from for Algeria. So it's most likely Algeria continues to import wheat from Russia. Now let's move to just, it's always to have this background. What caused this diplomatic tension between Algeria and France is that, as I said earlier, it's France supporting for Western Sahara to be under the sovereignty of Morocco. So that is against giving independence to this Western Sahara. Now, the Western Sahara is backed by a Polisario Front, which is a political military organization striving to end Moroccan control of the former Spanish territory of Western Sahara in the northwest Africa, and to win independence for that region. The Polisario Front is composed of largely the indigenous nomadic inhabitants of the Western Sahara region, known as the Sahrawis. So it's basically a nationalist and Arab socialist organization, and its main goal is the independence of Western Sahara from Moroccan occupation. Well, you see, but the interesting thing for us to take is that how France is again meddling in this, in the affairs of the continent. And it continues to do that with neo-colonization in its former colonies. And also when even it is not, it continues to do that by supporting one, opposing the other, and becoming, a source of a cause of conflict between countries. It's really, I don't know for how long, these people, as long as it keeps their interest. Now France must get some kind of thing from Morocco for it to support that. It's not just for free. We have seen also just a week ago, the Democratic Republic of Congo President Felix Tshisekedi walking out from the summit of the Francophone summit that was held in Paris, because President Emmanuel Macron failed to mention that Rwanda is fighting or sponsoring or supporting all those go with M23 rebels, which is a rebel group that's fighting against the government of Democratic Republic of Congo. And this has been approved also by the United Nations, that Rwanda's military is fighting side by side with the M23 rebels in the territory of Democratic Republic of Congo. So DRC wanted this to be recognized or acknowledged by Macron. Macron failed to do it because he has to support Rwanda. And guess what? Rwanda and France were 10 years ago, ever since Paul Kagame came to power after the genocide, it has been, their not only diplomatic things, those people, they have withdrawn their ambassadors from each other country, and they have officially cut diplomatic ties between the two countries, even Rwanda to the extent dropping French language to be its national language. So, and it has instead adopted English to be its national instead of France. Of course, they have also their local language, their native language. But they again come back together and they are in bed again with France, Rwanda and France, because Rwanda has some kind of interest. I mean, France has some kind of interest in Rwanda, in Mozambique, that the Rwanda military is protecting the French business in Mozambique, which is not something supported by the Mozambique government. So it's crazy. So this is what is going on, and this should be our take, how France is meddling in the affairs of the continent. In any case, so France has banned this with import, but will it affect France or not? I don't know, maybe not. But at least in what it can, Algeria or Algiers has took or has taken a step. Thank you very much again for tuning in, and let us know in the comment section, what do you think of Algiers' move with this regard, and what other things should it apply in terms of for what France has done to Algeria. In terms of supporting for Western Sahara to be under the to continue under the occupation of Morocco. Let us know in the comment section. Thanks again for tuning in. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give it a like if you find this informative enough, and share the video with others. It helps our YouTube algorithm. And do not keep the knowledge and information to yourself as well. And please support us through our PayPal account. You can find it in the description section. And thank you very much for those of you who are supporting. It doesn't matter what amount it is. It's all good. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.